Welcome to Master Guitar Fret. My name is Jörg. Thanks for stopping by. Today's lesson is an Albert King classic performed by Daniel Castro. I've broken down the lead solo for I Play the Blues for You, for You. So I hope you enjoyed what I played, and I'm going to break it down right now. So this is a classic example of less is more. You need to go and listen to the lead solo Daniel Castro plays. I have a link down in my description for it. It is astonishing how he plays it, the timing, the technique. So I played it the way I can play it, but you need to listen how the master plays it to truly learn this tune. And I will improve my solo down the road too. But here's a lesson for you. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Links for downloading resources for these lessons are in my description. If you like some bonus content, such as a downloadable backing track, as well as a playable guitar profile that you can play with SoundSlice, then check out my Patreon page. Okay, let's go break down that solo. Okay, so phrase 1, there's basically 2 parts to it. So the first part is a pretty aggressive bend, full bend on G5, where I think he uses a little bit of a pinch harmonic. So he really aggressively pinches the string. And if you don't know how to do that, you might want to look that up on YouTube, pinch harmonics. Okay, it's just the way you're holding your pick. Your thumb is almost touching the string, and then you get these overtones. So that's what he's doing. He's fully bending, and he's doing a nice vibrato, but it's fairly short. And then the next part is again a full bend on a G5. Okay, then we come back and we pick G5 again, then G3, and we land on D5. And a vibrato there, okay? So I'll play the whole thing. Phrase 2, I'm going to play it. So the first part in phrase 2 is a slide to G3, then a full bend on G5, come back down, pick G5, G3, back to G5, and a vibrato. And then the second part of phrase 2 is G5 to G3, full bend on G5, then back to G5 and G3. And you can give a little bit of a vibrato on the G3. Okay, so that is phrase 2. Phrase 3 is one that's going to repeat itself a few times during the whole solo. Okay, so that is the whole phrase. So the first part would be, for this phrase, make sure that you bar D, B, and E string on the 3rd fret. So we go E3 to B6. Now comes the B3. Then make sure you put both the ring finger on both the D and the G5, and you go. Okay, we're gonna play them, and we end up on the G3. And then part 2 of phrase 3 would be, so hammer on from D3 to D5, then to G3, back to D5, and a vibrato. Phrase 4. Slide to D5 from anywhere. Then we go G3. We pick G5, and then we slide from G5 to G7. A vibrato here. Then we pull off from G5 to G3 and immediately slide to G5. Okay? So phrase 5, I'm going to play it. Okay, so the first part, slide to G7, twice the B8, and then pick E6. Then the second part, we're going to do a full bend. Okay, full bend on G5. Then we're going to bar the B and E3. And then a full bend on B6. Okay, and then to end it off, we go and we bend the E8. And we let, it's a reverse bend. We release that, okay? Okay, so that is phrase 5. Now, instead of doing this bend here, you can also go to B8, okay, and do a vibrato. So there's a couple options there. Phrase 6. Alright, so the first part of phrase 6 is exactly the same as part 1 of phrase 3. So we go E3, B6, B3, so we have a bar again here, the D5, G5, and then next, the second part of phrase 6, so we bar both the B3 and G3, we pick B3 first, then G3, and G5. Then G5 again. Okay, and then slide to G7, and then B6, vibrato. And that would be a whole chord progression of that song. Now we go into the second part of the solo with phrase 7. The first part, we slide to G12. So slide to G12, B11, and B13 full bend. We bend B13 again, and we go backwards. Full bend, B11, B12. Phrase 7, second part, is the same thing again, but this time a little bit more dramatic, okay? So we go, we actually do a vibrato on that bend, and we'll hold it. And then a long bend the second time around. Okay, so I'm going to play that whole thing. Short, so that is phrase 7. Phrase 8, first part. We're now down here again on G12. So we bar both G12, D12. Okay, play. G12, D12, back to G12, and then B11, back to G12. Okay, that's the first part. The second part would be a full bend on B13 and a vibrato. That is phrase 8. Phrase 9 is. So again, there's a repetition on the second part, but the first part we slide to B8 and then to G12. Okay? And we hit that twice. And then the second part is a repetition of phrase 3 and 6. So I don't know if I should repeat that, because we already did that twice. Alright, so this is phrase 9. Okay. Here's phrase 10. Okay, so the first part we slide to G12, B11, B13, and then a full bend. Back to B13, back to B12, 11, B11, back to B13, and a full bend. Okay, so there's 2 vibratos there. First. The second part is 3 times the E15. And you do a little bit of a vibrato, light bend. And you can pick that pretty aggressively. And then, okay, so here we play G12, back to D12. So we keep those barred. Okay. So phrase 11. G12, B11, B13, and a B13 vibrato bend. Then B13, B11, and a vibrato again on B13. And then a full bend on B13, and then B11 and G12. And then we'll do that click again from phrase 10. Okay, bar D12, G12. Okay, and to wrap it up, phrase 12. So this is a familiar first part here. We are on E3, B6, B3, and G5. G3. Then we're gonna bar both the D5 and G5. Okay. We hit the G5 first, D5. Then we slide to G7 and D6. And then comes this end part. And then it goes into the second verse. So here, full bend on B13, from B11 to G12. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. For more cool stuff, please check out my channel. Take care. Bye-bye.